Hey there, Ninja. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Natanya, and this is Bean. And in today's video series, we're going to go through how to practice crow pose. I'm going to take you through a series of short videos to build you up to the pose with my methodology, which is a little bit different than how you might have learned it from other teachers. Now, the first thing, don't you love Bean's tail? The first thing that I hear the most when people are working into crow pose is that it hurts their hands, it hurts their wrists. And I hear this a lot from my students. I'd love to do arm balances, but I can't because my wrists hurt. And the biggest thing that is not taught in yoga classes that is going to make a huge difference for you is learning about hand activation. I'm going to get up close and personal with you right now. So if you take your hand and you open it nice and wide and really stretch your fingers and move your thumb forward a little bit, you'll feel like a little suction cup action created, like a little hollowing of the center of your palm. This little suction cup, this little hollowing, imagine that it is a suction cup. And keep your hands like this and turn them down towards the floor and visualize like you could suck energy up away from the floor. This action, this suction action, is called Hasta Banda in yoga. Banda is an energetic lock. Hasta means your hand. So we want to create this upward lifting energy from the hands so that your body weight is not resting on your hands, but lifting up away from your hands. This also involves using your fingertips. And this is something, creepy fingers, this is something that's not taught a lot either, but your fingertips are your brakes. Anytime you feel like you're about to fall forward in your crow pose, digging your fingertips into the ground is going to stop you from going forward. This applies to all of your arm balances, not just crow pose. It applies to handstand or any other arm balance or inversion that you want to do. If your fingers are on the ground, your fingertips are your brakes. So let's do this together. Take your hands really wide, spread your fingers like jazz hands, like you mean it. Take your thumbs and move them forward slightly until you feel that little suction cup action. Now you're going to take your suction cup and bring it over towards your mat and come into an all fours position. I'm waiting for the cat to move. Cat's not moving. From this all fours position, begin to dig your fingertips down into the ground like you're a cat, like Bean over here, and start to knead the floor. I don't know if you have a cat at home. I have two. But they do this little biscuit making thing, right? Like when they're kneading a blanket or kneading your leg or kneading the couch. It's leftover instincts from when they were babies. Try to find that action here. So drag your fingertips along the floor. You might even feel friction underneath your fingertips, some heat beginning to be created by your fingers dragging along your yoga mat. That is firing up the muscles of your palms, the muscles of your forearms, and the muscles of your fingers. Secretly, we think that arm balances are about strong wrists. It's much more about strong hands, and that's what we're doing here. Two more on each side. Ooh, that gets spicy. Good, and then place your hands back down. Now, you're not going to lift your hands off the ground, but pretend. Begin to dig your fingers into the mat and pretend like you're trying to lift up your hand, but it's glued down. But I want you to feel that upward lifting energy from the center of your palm as you push the floor away. These are your crow pose hands. From here, begin to shift your shoulders forward. Don't bend your elbows. Just shift your shoulders forward until you feel your wrists say stop. Dig your fingers into the floor and use your fingertips to bring you back. We're going to do that 3 times on the breath. Inhale, shift forward. Dig your fingertips down. Feel the power of your fingers and then push yourself back. 2 more times with the breath. Inhale. Dig the fingers, engage your belly. Exhale, bring it back. One more time. Inhale, shift, dig, and exhale, shift back. Good. Sit back on your heels. Give your wrists a little roll out. Nice work. And then take a second and just feel your hands. Ideally, you'll feel that you've done some work, you've done something, right? There are a lot more ways to heat up your hands, but I just wanted you to get this sensation of Hasta Banda, this sensation of really using your hands as your feet. Your hands prevent you from falling forward. They give you this upward sensation of lift so that you're not so heavy on your hands. And over time, they'll get stronger and they'll get more capable of holding up your body. So step number one, get your hands in position and in action for crow pose. In the next video, we're going to start to look at the actions in your shoulders and the actions in your core that need to be prepared in order to get you into the arm balance. See you in a bit.